Welcome to Tri-Cities This Week. We get together and discuss the politics in both Tennessee and Virginia and speak to the lawmakers and newsmakers throughout the region as we try to inform you every week on the issues pertaining to those of us here in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. I'm Casey Marlar, jam-packed half hour this week. We will visit with Virginia Minority Leader Terry Kilgore on some of the issues in the Commonwealth, including a redistricting plan that the Democrats put forward that a judge struck down earlier this week. And we also have Renea Jones, the Tennessee representative from District 4 here in the region, right here in the Digital Center with us to talk about things happening in Unicoi County, Carter County, and beyond. Let's welcome in Representative Jones. Thanks for taking time for us.
Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to our conversation today.
We'll just talk about some of the things, first impressions from the 114th General Assembly session as we begin this session.
So, yeah, we got off to a quick run start, had the first bill passed on the first day with Representative Todd passed that first bill on the first day of session. So we were off to the races and haven't stopped since until that big ice storm came into town, and that put us all on halt. So we're kind of ready to get started on Monday with the State of the State.
Mother Nature tends to do that sometimes here in Tennessee. It slows us all down. Big news, when you talk about hit the ground running, nobody knows that better than Representative Jones. Took over the position there in District 4 just a little over a year and a half ago, and the flood comes, and Carter County and Unicoi County, so much damage. But we saw some big progress this week with the promise of funding and soon-to-be groundbreaking of a new hospital in Unicoi County. Jeff Keeling has more on the new hospital in Unicoi County, and we'll talk to Representative Jones about what that means to get that funded and ready to be built once again.
Floodwaters from Hurricane Helene destroyed Unicoi County Hospital here in Irwin 16 months ago, leaving questions about the future of hospital care in this county. Today, those questions got answered.
Our mission really is to provide excellent health care to our community. And by rebuilding this hospital, we're able to meet our mission. So we're very, very proud of that.
That's Balla's Eric Deaton, who reviewed the plan for services.
Offering all the same inpatient beds, 10 beds, the diagnostics both for inpatient and outpatient service.
The construction timeline that begins next month.
We're hoping by the end of 2027 to have the facility completed, and maybe even before that.
And the benefits of a different location, just off exit 34 in Unicoi, behind the Walmart.
We looked at probably 10 to 12 different sites, and this site came down to a couple of things. One is right off the interstate, so easy for EMS and for patients to get in and out of the facility. The second reason was it was not impeded by railroad traffic.
County Mayor Bubba Evely says the news delivers something for every Unicoi Countyan.
They wanted to have the opportunity to get their health care here in Unicoi County. A huge win for our county.
Nearly a year and a half after seeing the unthinkable.
When the last person was taken off that rooftop, it entered my mind from the start, will we be able to get our hospital back or not?
Now he knows the answer, and he's ready for the next phase.
I can't wait to take a shovel to some dirt out there at the exit where our Walmart's located now. So we're excited about that.
Ballard plans to begin demolishing this structure, built just 8 years ago, next month. In Unicoi County, Jeff Keeling, News Channel 11.
Jeff, thank you very much. We are joined today on Tri-Cities This Week by Renea Jones, who is the representative for District 4, Unicoi County. Describe, Representative Jones, a sense of pride that you have in seeing how quickly this came to fruition and how quickly the folks in your district will have a hospital again right there in Unicoi County.
We're very grateful for everything that has that from the governor's office to the General Assembly to Ballard, making a promise to come back and actually keeping that promise. So it's all been a very kind of a whirlwind the last couple of days, hearing that announcement and all of those emotions coming back from, when we saw the last person taken off the roof of the hospital to knowing that, we are not going to have a hospital for the near future, and the concerns that left with people and the things that have happened where they've had to, go to the med center or other facilities. And so we're just very excited to have that hospital back. We're very grateful and very looking forward to the future of those doors opening and people being able to be treated.
What does that say about the commitment to the people of our region, Unicoi County, Carter County, and beyond, that we continue to remember and move forward despite the fact the flood was a year and a half ago?
Exactly. The resilience of this region has been just incredible. I've seen it from just folks building back their businesses to getting their homes cleaned out from the mud that was there right on the aftermath of the flood. So, the commitment from our folks here in District 4 and in the region that was impacted the flood has just not ceased to amaze me.
As I look at the work you're doing in Nashville, once again talking with Representative Renea Jones of District 4 here in our region, I love the fact that the bills you put forth have such a personal people element to them. It's almost like a family first when it comes to your legislation. Let's start with House Bill 1443. This is the Care for Caregivers Act, a chance to enhance family members that are commissioned to helping loved ones in difficult times.
Yes, this bill, folks that are dealing with Alzheimer's or related dementia and trying to care for those people in their homes, that's a struggle, and they're losing approximately $36,000 in income annually. And so this bill provides a grant of $6,000 annually that they'll be able to use. It won't be a patient expense; it'll be a caregiver expense, and they'll be able to use that for whatever they need to help them in their daily lives.
It's kind of a grassroots bill, came from
Yes.
personal experience and people in our region just saying there's got to be a way we can help our families that have such a difficult, you talk about financially, physically, emotionally, just something to help them out. And it kind of came from folks right here in the region.
Absolutely. This bill came from a young man who was in law school at Nashville but was from here, Jackson Nolan, and his grandfather is going through dementia. And he talked about how his grandmother was losing her identity, and he wanted to do something to be able to help. So he actually authored this bill, and we've kind of tweaked it together along the way, and we're looking forward to getting that across the finish line this year.
Even more satisfying knowing that it's people in the region coming up with ideas, just like the old bill on Capitol Hill. Have an idea, take it to your representative, and get it moving through Congress. Let's talk about House Bill 1540. As well. This is putting teachers first, and we've heard stories our entire lives about teachers having to kind of come up with ways to fill their classroom, and this giving them a little bit of help as well.
Again, another bill that came from a young man that worked on my campaign, Aiden, and he wanted to help teachers, that are burdened with buying stuff for their classrooms. And so this bill will say that teachers that are buying things for their classrooms can get a sales tax exemption year-round, just like we do with our sales tax holiday, but it will be year-round for their classrooms. And we're excited about seeing where we can take this one.
I love going through this list, such positivity, helping folks out on almost an individual level. We've got folks helping families. We've got teachers also helping folks who help us so much with House Bill 193, putting forth a way to take a little financial burden off of those that really put their best foot forward for us every day.
Exactly. This bill is a bill that is geared toward our Tennessee National Guard. It's specifically those that are rated E4 and below. We saw during the flood that our guards was here for us. They were the first people on call to help with debris removal and all kinds of things. And so what we noticed was that they need a little bit of extra love, and we went away to say thank you. So this bill gives a sales tax exemption on the first $15,000 of a purchase of a vehicle, or new or used. And again, this actually also came from a retired guardsman here in Carter County.
Have a little bit of time left. A final message for your constituents there in Unicoi and Carter County, there in District 4, as you continue the work in Nashville.
Absolutely. I'm so proud to be from this area and so proud to represent such resilient people. First, my hats off to everyone and the way they have recovered from the flood, and we continue to recover. And, I'm just so excited and grateful for the support and the opportunity to be their voice in Nashville. And hope they'll continue to let me do that. You know, it is an election year coming up.
Yes, don't want to forget that. Representative Renea Jones from District 4, Unicoi and Carter County, joining us on Tri-Cities this week. Renea, thank you very much. Thanks for the work you're doing on behalf of the people of our region, and I look forward to visiting again real soon.
Absolutely, and thanks for having me today. I appreciate it.
When we come back, we cross the state line to Virginia and talk to House Minority Leader Terry Kilgore on all things Virginia politics, what's going on in Richmond. Stay tuned. You're watching Tri-Cities This Week.